Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to join Lily on her first exciting day exploring the wilderness and the Rockies. And along the way, we'll learn some really useful nature and environment vocabulary. You're going to hear words like ecosystem, flora, fauna, and more, all in natural, fun conversations. Let's dive in. Lily stretched as she stepped out of her cozy cabin. The sun was just peeking over the mountains, casting a golden glow over the forest. She took a deep breath of fresh air, smiling. "Wow," she said to herself, "there's nothing like the scent of pine in the morning." As she walked along the trail, she noticed the canopy overhead. "Okay, canopy," she said aloud. "This is the word I just learned. It's the upper layer of trees in a forest. So the trees above me form this canopy that lets dappled sunlight through. Beautiful." She paused and looked up, marveling at how the sunlight danced across the leaves. A little further, she spotted a cluster of wildflowers growing along the path. "These must be part of the local flora," she murmured, remembering her guidebook. Flora just means the plants in a particular area. For example, the flora here includes pine trees, wildflowers, and bushes. She knelt down, gently touching a violet bloom. So delicate. Suddenly, a rustling sound came from the bushes nearby. Lily froze. A small deer peeked out. "Ah, that's Fauna." Fauna is the animals living in an area. So this little deer is part of the Rockies fauna. Isn't it cute? She whispered to the deer, which blinked at her curiously before darting away. Feeling adventurous, Lily continued uphill. The path got steeper, and she noticed rocks and soil shifting under her feet. "This is interesting," she said. "The soil here is very fertile. Fertile means the land is rich in nutrients, perfect for plants to grow. Look at all these flowers and shrubs. It makes sense now." She paused to drink water from her bottle, enjoying the tranquil atmosphere. Tranquil, she noted, means peaceful, calm, and quiet. That's exactly what this forest feels like. She leaned against a tree, listening to birds singing and leaves rustling gently. As she reached a small clearing, Lily spotted a sparkling stream. "Aha, a stream!" she exclaimed. Streams are narrow rivers, often flowing gently through forests or valleys. I can hear the water bubbling over the rocks. Perfect spot for a little break. She dipped her hand in the cool water and smiled. While resting, she noticed tiny insects hovering above the water and plants. "Those must be part of the microhabitat here," she thought. Microhabitat is a small area where a particular plant or animal lives. So even tiny places like this stream have their own ecosystems. Lily laughed at how much she was learning just by walking around. Refreshed, she continued her hike and saw the sunlight glinting off the morning dew. "Dew," she said, "is the tiny drops of water that form on grass and leaves overnight. Early mornings are the best time to see it. Look at how the sunlight makes everything sparkle." Suddenly, clouds began gathering overhead. "Looks like a storm is coming," Lily muttered. Storm means strong weather with rain, wind, or snow. I should be careful and maybe head back toward the cabin before it gets heavy. She glanced around and saw birds flying to shelter. Smart birds seeking shelter before the storm. As the wind picked up, she noticed the leaves moving faster. "Breeze," she said, smiling at the gentle gusts before the storm hit. Breeze means a light wind, nothing too strong. It's amazing how even a small breeze can make the forest feel alive. She breathed it in, enjoying the fresh scent. Reaching a ridge, she looked down and saw the valley stretching endlessly. "Panorama," she whispered. Panorama is a wide view of a landscape. I can see the forest, rivers, and mountains all at once. Absolutely breathtaking. She pulled out her phone to snap a few photos. Suddenly, she noticed the sky turning darker and raindrops began to fall. "Rain!" she exclaimed. "Rain is essential for plants and animals. It helps maintain the balance in the ecosystem. I better find some cover before it pours." She ran under a big pine tree which had a wide canopy protecting her from most of the rain. "Lucky me," she chuckled. While waiting for the storm to pass, she noticed moss growing on the tree trunks. Moss, she said, is a soft green plant that grows in damp areas. It's fascinating how it can cover rocks and trees and make the forest look even more magical. The rain slowed, leaving a fresh, earthy scent in the air. Lily looked around and spotted a small patch of wild mushrooms near a fallen log. "Fungi," she said aloud. "Fungi are different from plants. They help decompose organic material and recycle nutrients back into the soil." These little mushrooms are tiny recyclers of the forest. She smiled, thinking about everything she had seen today. The canopy, flora, fauna, fertile soil, tranquil streams, microhabitats, dew, storms, breezes, panoramas, moss, and fungi. She felt a deep connection to the environment around her. "Conservation," she said softly, "is so important. It means protecting the environment so future generations can enjoy it too." She made a mental note to always be careful about leaving no trace behind. On her way back to the cabin, Lily noticed a small patch of sunlight breaking through the clouds, hitting a cluster of trees. Biodiversity, she thought, refers to the variety of life in an ecosystem. From plants to animals to fungi, it all works together in harmony. Today, I really got to see the Rockies' biodiversity up close. She took one last deep breath of the fresh forest air and felt grateful for the experience. Back at the cabin, she sat down with a cup of herbal tea. "Today was amazing," she said to herself. "I learned so many new words about the world around us, and I saw how connected everything is. The ecosystem, the flora, the fauna, the soil, and the weather. Nature really is incredible." Lily picked up her notebook and began jotting down all the words she'd learned. Canopy, flora, fauna, fertile, tranquil, stream, microhabitat, dew, storm, breeze, panorama, moss, fungi, conservation, biodiversity. She smiled, knowing she could use these words the next time she told her friends about her adventure. As the sun set, painting the sky with shades of pink and orange, Lily leaned back and whispered, "I can't wait for tomorrow. Maybe I'll explore the wetlands nearby and see what new vocabulary I can discover." Hey everyone! After Lily's amazing adventure in the Rockies, today we're joining Marco on a sunny day along the stunning coastline of Big Sur. We're going to explore beaches, cliffs, and marine life, and along the way, pick up some awesome nature and environment vocabulary. Ready? Let's go! Marco adjusted his backpack and stepped onto the sandy path leading to the beach. The salty breeze immediately hit his face. "Ah, coastline," he said, smiling. Coastline is the area where the land meets the sea. Look at how the cliffs and beaches stretch endlessly. I could walk here forever. As he reached the first overlook, he noticed the waves crashing against the rocks far below. "Tide," he murmured. Tide is the rise and fall of sea levels. Right now, the tide seems high, which makes the waves crash really powerfully against the cliffs. He watched the water swirl in beautiful patterns. Walking down a narrow path toward a hidden cove, Marco noticed seabirds circling above. Seabirds, like gulls and pelicans, are adapted to life near the ocean, he said aloud. They hunt for fish, rest on cliffs, and even ride the wind currents effortlessly. Look at that pelican diving. It's incredible. On the sand, he spotted tiny shells scattered everywhere. Shells, he exclaimed. Shells are the hard protective coverings of mollusks. You can find them on beaches, and they remind us of the tiny creatures living underwater. He picked up a beautiful spiral shell, holding it to the sun. The sound of the waves and the smell of salt water made Marco feel incredibly relaxed. Serene, he whispered. Serene means calm, peaceful, and untroubled. This beach is the perfect place to just breathe and enjoy the moment. As he walked along the tide line, he noticed patches of driftwood. Driftwood is wood that has been washed ashore by the sea. Sometimes it comes from fallen trees or even old boats. People often use driftwood for art or furniture. It's like nature sculpture. He picked up a smooth, twisted piece and imagined making a small sculpture with it. Marco climbed up a rocky outcrop to get a better view. From above, he could see a hidden lagoon nestled between cliffs. Lagoon, he said, is a small body of water separated from the sea by sandbars or reefs. Look at how calm the water is compared to the waves outside. It's like a secret little world. Nearby, he spotted a group of crabs scuttling across the sand. Crustaceans, Marco said excitedly. Crustaceans include crabs, lobsters, and shrimp. They have hard shells and jointed legs. These little crabs are working fast, digging tiny holes and hiding from predators. Marco paused and noticed something shiny in the shallow water. Algae, he whispered. Algae are simple plants that grow in water. Some are tiny and green, others form large brown or red mats. They're super important because they provide food and oxygen for many marine animals. He smiled at the vibrant green patches swaying with the waves. As he continued walking, Marco saw a sudden cove tucked between cliffs. Cove is a small sheltered bay. It's perfect for swimming or just relaxing. Look at the turquoise water. It's like a natural pool. He carefully lowered himself down to the water's edge. Suddenly, the sun started reflecting off tiny sparkles in the water. Bioluminescence! Marco exclaimed. This is when certain marine organisms glow in the dark. While it's usually seen at night, the sun highlighting these plankton makes the water shimmer beautifully. Nature really has its magic moments. Marco noticed the cliffs nearby were covered in wild grasses and small shrubs. Vegetation, he